Hey guys, I'm Caleb Vanderwood. I'm just kind of on here to give off some ideas. I'm by no means a theologist or anything. I'm working with my faith, and I thought that I would more so document it, I guess, on YouTube, but also kind of spitball and give my ideas, and maybe, you guys see me on Instagram, possibly. I don't really have a whole lot of followers at the time, but maybe you see me on there, and you kind of click the link, or you just came across my video somehow, and if so, hope this video kind of helped you support your journey with Christ. This is like one of my first YouTube videos, so it might be a little corny. As you can see, the set is not very organized. It doesn't really look like a commentator video, but I thought I'd just start with something that's been kind of talking to me the last maybe hour or so. I just went on a night run, so it popped up there when I was listening to a Father Mike podcast. And the idea is that a lot of people will say, well, why do we see all these miracles in the Bible? Why do we see God talking to these people? Why do these people have such profound visions of God in the Bible in ancient days, but nowadays it's like no one's seeing him? And as Father Mike said, when you look into these stories, you really get an idea that when you look further into it, and not just you read the stories, but you look at the people in it, these people were God's servants. They were faithful for their entire life, some living up to like 160, right? So an unbelievable, like, long life. And they were faithful, and these stories aren't all these times God talked to them. It's this one time that God came down and made himself known to them. Sometimes it was a voice in their head. It wasn't even a vision of God. It was God speaking to them directly. And so I think a lot of us have to realize that in order for us to become knowledgeable and truly hear God's voice, we have to open ourselves up to it. And it's hard because, we're a very doubtful society. We like to see a lot of proof. We look at science. We see, all this proof for evolution and stuff, and that's a whole different can of worms. But we see proof for that kind of stuff, and so we naturally want proof for everything, and that's, I wouldn't say a bad idea. I wouldn't say it's a terrible thing. Actually, I would say it's probably better, as long as you can have the idea in your head that maybe I don't have the answers all right now, and maybe there's not something that I can see at this moment. Maybe you have to dig deeper, and maybe there's not going to be a whole lot of publishings on it. But I think as a people group, Christians as well as non-Christians who are maybe, talking to God and are like, hey, make yourself known. We have to realize that having faith, and in my instance, I don't hear the voice of God as a booming, you have to do this. I hear almost like your conscience, if you will, and I hear those really only on fasts and when something profound is happening. It's very few in between. And so it's a very slight voice, and it's, I think we have to realize, including me, because I'm far from perfect, we have to realize that our faith has to be there for God's voice to mean anything. I mean, if you heard a voice just right now say, go and spread the gospel. I mean, maybe if you're a Christian, you'd be like, okay, like, dude, that's God. But if you're not, you're like, whoa, what is that? It's scary almost, and you'd be terrified. You wouldn't think, oh, I should go spread the gospel. So I think our faith needs to be intact for that. very roundabout way of saying my message, but I'm still figuring this kind of stuff out. But yeah, that's kind of all I had. I've got another kind of idea coming up. I'm going to call it God's Giving You a Bucket, I think. It's corny, but, you know, kind of a corny guy, so it's all right. It kind of works itself out. But I'm working on that right now, and so I'll see you guys in that video. Thank you for watching. If you want to stick around for that video, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. I don't really mind, but God bless.